Hi everyone. So I have an insulin pump since I was 13, but I had the type 1 diabetes since I was 5. This is the insulin pump that I have. I'm showing it because you have to know that I have insulin pump. So I have to check my blood sugars every single day with the blood sugar checker device, and also I have another device which I just showed you, and its device is for injecting insulin. Like it automatically injects insulin to me. It's like my pancreas, my broken pancreas doesn't work and doesn't give me insulin, so that's why I have this device to inject myself. And also I inject myself with the needle, but only sometimes when this device is not working. Yes, and also I have another device which I told you before. It checks my blood sugar, so it's not only one device. There are several devices and also needles to inject myself in case of emergency when I am having ketoacidosis, which means that I have too much fat because of the food that I consume. Sometimes I avoid food that consumes fat, but sometimes I consume it because I want to. I just naturally want it. You guys all want to consume food like that contains fat sometimes, like maybe it's French fries or maybe some other chips and stuff like that. So I just consume them, and I don't know why. Maybe I have some problems with my um, organism or something like that, but it's all like with my stomach, but it always leads me to being sick. So in these cases I just get my injection, like needles, and then I inject myself, and only after that I become better. So yeah, and this time I became better because I injected myself. Yeah. And insulin pump is really great for me. Some type 1 diabetics say that they don't like insulin pump because when they inject they just don't feel good, but in my case insulin pump is the best thing that ever happened to me. Why? Because without insulin pump I don't know what would have been happening to me, because without insulin pump I always injected myself and I always got hospitalized, and I don't like being hospitalized anymore. Now I'm 25 years old and I have type 1 diabetes since I was 5 years old, and I haven't this insulin pump since I was 13 years old. So that's why I'm really glad that I have this insulin pump. One insulin pump that was before this insulin pump, which is blue, was broken because I got mad at my sister, and my sister doesn't understand my health condition. Actually, she just blames me and manipulates me for telling that my blood sugar is bad and I have to check my blood sugar. And when I say that I have to check my blood sugar, she just says, you don't have to check your blood sugar. You're not focused on your blood sugar too much, because if you focus, you get like too much focused on that, because you shouldn't do like that because you have other lives. And when I say, but this is my life, she doesn't understand that. She says, you are too focused on injection with your needles, too focused on insulin pump, especially on insulin pump. Why you are focused on that you have to inject yourself? And I say injecting myself is not good. I always feel when I have type insulin pump, and I use the, like, I also don't want to have type 1 diabetes, but I have it and I cannot do anything with it. You don't understand me, so you don't have to comment on this. And then when I say like this, she just argues back and then starts the argument. She always wants to argue on the issue that I have, and I just don't understand. She's like a manipulator, and that's why I blocked her. And I celebrated my birthday without her messages, because every time when it's my birthday she just texts me by saying, you're already 25, you're already 24. When I was 24 she said, you're already going to be 25, and I said, I turned 24, not 25. Why you're already pushing me? Why you're making me feel like I'm 25? She says, you are 25 and you are not doing anything, blah blah blah. And I say, but I'm checking my blood sugar and I got my indefinite help from hospital after going every year to hospital for 19 years. You think that that's not doing anything? I did too much things. I even applied for US visa and I got denied, and that's not my problem that I got denied, because if I was approved I would have been approved. Now I would have been flying to US, to LA or to Texas, because my brother lives in Texas. But even my brother didn't get job because he was looking for jobs and opened a car business, car dealership. And then now, after 3 months of working at workplace as an engineer, he was fired again. They didn't just continue the contract with him. I don't know why. I think that all the people who studied in Stanford and other American universities are more qualified than my brother. That's why they are being like hired. They continue the contract. My brother doesn't. That's all. Even I applied from online from Kazakhstan. I wrote resume CV and applied, and I didn't get accepted because I have only associate degree, which is college, and college, like after you finish college, is considered as associate degree in US. So yeah. And they need a person who has bachelor degrees, and bachelor degrees shouldn't be like from your country. It should be from America, from Europe, something like that, so that it can be qualified enough so that you can be hired, and then just continue the contract after 3 months, because otherwise they're gonna just tell you go and you will not be able to continue your contract. So I don't know what the fuck he is doing right now. I'm just saying all these things. And even my sister just left her job because she argued with people there, and she wanted to work at British university or company, something like that, which is in Almaty. But since she didn't have master's degree, only bachelor's degree, they just didn't accept her. So yeah, but that's their life, and I have to take responsibility for that, because I'm already taking responsibility for my like health, and taking responsibility for health is already too much for me. It makes me drained. I've been sick since type 1, like with type 1 diabetes, since I was 5 years old, and I don't have to consume fat. I already told it. It's really serious. And my brother says, go outside, work while you are sitting at home. And the judges and criticizes me for sitting at home and checking my blood sugar and trying to get the indefinite help after almost 20 years. Because the hospital was not gonna give me the indefinite help. You know, they act like they don't want to give my damn money. And I had to fight with them. You know, and that's why I lost weight, because before I was like, I you know, I was chubby a little bit. I had weight, but now I lost weight because of learning English, because of applying for visa, because of taking care of my health issues, going to hospital, to take medicine. Sometimes I got hospitalized, and this is my life. And also I'm writing resume CV and then sending to American companies, and yeah, with my diploma, but I'm not being accepted, unfortunately. I also like applied for American universities to study bachelor degrees there, like to psychology and business major. I was accepted to 2 universities, but other 2 universities like Stanford and Berea, they denied me because they said that my personal essay wasn't right. You should be really careful with your personal essay going forward. And Stanford University is told that it was really difficult for us to, you know, when we were just looking at the applications of each person, each candidate, so we cannot just recheck the application that you sent. We just made the final decision. That's the letter that I got from them in 2025. So yeah. So yeah, I'm trying my best too. You know, I got some loans from university, from American universities, Springfield, but the loan is not enough. So I had to apply for donors loans, but before applying to that, I needed to show asset in my bank account. That's what they said. If you show asset, if that's enough, and you get also the visa, you know, visa is the problem. Sometimes they reject visas, just like they rejected my touristic visa. So if you get the visa, you will go to study, you pay money, you show that you have money at least for 1 year, and then when you come to university, you apply for donors scholarship, like after you came to university. You cannot apply before coming to university. You first of all, you have to get visa, come to USA, and only after that, in 1 month or something like that, you can, like, that's what was written on the website. You know, they didn't tell me anything about that scholarship, but that's what was written on the website after I was approved and then accepted to university. And then I was like, so I cannot apply for this loan right now. I have to go there, and only after that, like in a month maybe, or in 2 months, I have to apply and then just get that scholarship. Only after that I will study free. I will study free, you know. Oh my god, only after that I will study free. Before that, I have to just get visa, go to consulate, prepare for visa, and also show the money in my bank account, which is the asset. Oh my god, yeah, that's what I had gone through being in my country. So yeah, so even my sister didn't apply for American universities. My brother didn't apply for American universities. I did. And you know, and the money that I get from government for my type 1 diabetes is like 100 something dollars. It's not like $1,000, you know, because like in the US type 1 diabetics get $1,000 each month, or at least like $500, you know, $400, and that's pretty enough for them, I guess. It's too much. But here I get only like 100 something, like almost $200, that's all. So yeah, and you also have to fight for that indefinite help. So yeah, and also I was scammed for like $2,000, and I was paying it for like 6-7 months, and then now I am not paying it because I got some documents from police with my mom. Because if I go by myself to the police in my country is the worst place, because not all the polices are good. Some just say, then why you didn't watch out, why you sent the money to scammers, why you were scammed. That's the question they ask, and they just do not give any proving document so that you cannot pay the loan for some time until they find that scammer. And I'm not even sure if they are looking for that scammer or not. So that's what I got into after, like, while I was trying to reach my dream, which is US. I think that the cheaper, one of those cheaper countries could be enough for me with the foreign people, not like US, because it's so much expensive.